Hello students, in today's lecture we will learn rotational motion theory. Disclaimer: the images used in our slide deck are for educational purposes only. We respect the intellectual property rights of the original creators and owners of these images. If you are the owner of any of the images used in this deck and have any concerns or issues, please contact us at sathi@itk.ac.in and we shall remove the images. In today's lecture, we will cover first is concept of rotational motion. Then we will learn equation of rotational motion. Third, moment of force. Fourth, angular momentum. Fifth, we will learn conservation of angular momentum. Sixth, equilibrium of rigid bodies. 7. Rigid body rotation. 8th, pure rolling motion. Then rolling motion without slipping. 10th, we will learn impure rolling motion. 11th, rolling on inclined plane. 12th, we will learn important terms related to inclined plane. 13, rotation about axis through center of mass. And last, summary. So these are the topics of the today's lecture which we will learn in today's class. So topic is rotational motion. First, concept of rotational motion. So here question arises, what is the concept of rotational motion? So in rotation of a rigid body about a fixed axis, every particle of the body moves in a circle which lies in a plane perpendicular to axis and has its center of on the axis. So we known as rotational motion, where rotational motion is characterized by angular displacement d theta and angular velocity omega, where omega is equal to d theta divided by dt. If angular velocity is not uniform, then rate of change of angular velocity is called angular acceleration. Clear? Means if the angular velocity, this is omega is the angular velocity which is equal to d theta divided by dt, is not uniform, then rate of change of angular velocity is called acceleration. Angular acceleration, where angular acceleration alpha is equal to d omega divided by dt. D omega is the this angular velocity and dt is the time. So angular acceleration alpha is equal to d omega by dt. So this is the formula for angular acceleration and this is the formula for this angular velocity. Clear? These are two formula, angular velocity and angular acceleration. The SI unit of angular acceleration is radian per second square. This is the SI unit of the angular acceleration. And angular acceleration denoted by alpha and linear tangential acceleration AT are correlated as AT equal to alpha cross R. This one. Here AT is denote the tangential and A is acceleration. That's why we call tangential acceleration. Clear? So this is for angular velocity and this is for angular acceleration. Next, equations of rotational motion. There is three equations. If angular acceleration alpha is uniform, then equation of rotational motion may be written as in angular form. First is omega is equal to omega naught plus alpha t. Second is theta is equal to omega naught t plus half alpha t square. And third, omega square minus omega naught square is equal to 2 alpha theta. And fourth is theta nth is equal to omega naught plus alpha by 2, 2n minus 1. So this is the equation of rotational motion, where omega is the what? Angular velocity and alpha angular acceleration. T is the time. Clear? So these are the equation of rotational motion. Next is moment of force or torque. So question arises, what is torque? So torque is the turning effect of a force applied at a point on a rigid body about the axis of rotation. Mathematically, we can express the torque tau is equal to r cross f. Both torque is the vector quantity, that's why here this is written in the form of vector, tau equal to r cross f. This is the representation in mathematics, tau equal to r cross f, which is equal to r cross f mod of r cross f n cap is equal to rf sin theta n cap, where n cap is a unit vector along the axis of rotation, and torque is an axial vector and its SI unit is Newton meter, and this is the symbol of Newton meter, Nm. Clear? The torque about axis of rotation is independent of choice of origin, so long as it is chosen on the axis of rotation AB. Only normal component of a force contributes towards the torque. Radial component of force does not contribute towards the torque. Clear? Third is, a torque produces angular acceleration in a rotating body, thus tau equal to I alpha. This one. So suppose this is a rotating body and the torque produces angular acceleration in this body where tau equal to I alpha. Moment of a couple, or we can say torque, is a given by product of opposite vector r between the two forces, either F. So thus tau equal to r cross F. We already discussed here, tau equal to r cross F, this one. Clear? So this is the force and this is the perpendicular distance. So this is the concept about the moment of the force or torque. Next is, if under the influence of an external torque tau, the given body rotates by d theta, then work done dw is equal to tau dot d theta. So this is the work done formula in the form of angular terms. dw equal to tau dot d theta. Clear? In rotational motion, power may be defined as the scalar product of torque and angular velocity, power equal to P equal to tau dot omega. This is the formula for power. Clear? So there main formulas, first is this one for angular velocity, this, and for angular acceleration, this, and these are equation of motion, rotational motion, this, and this is tau equal to r cross f, this one, and here tau equal to I alpha, and this is for dw work done, and this power tau dot omega, where omega is angular velocity. Clear? Next is angular momentum. So the moment of linear momentum of a rigid body or given body about an axis of rotation is called its angular momentum. If P equal to mass into velocity, this is P equal to mass into velocity, be the linear momentum of a particle and r is its position vector. Clear? Means P is the linear momentum and r its position vector from the position point of rotation. Then angular momentum L equal to R cross P. So this is the formula for angular momentum, R cross P, where L equal to Rp sin theta and cap, or in simple form mvr sin theta and cap, where P is the mass into velocity. So putting here, so this is P and this term R. So this is P, this term is P and this is R. So mvr sin theta and cap, where n cap is a unit vector in the direction of rotation, and angular momentum is an axial vector, and its SI unit is kg meter square per second square or joule second. This one. So this is the SI unit of this angular momentum. Clear? For rotational motion of a rigid body, angular momentum is equal to the product of angular velocity and moment of inertia of the body about the axis of rotation, mathematically L equal to I omega. This one. This is the L equal to I omega. According to second law of rotational motion, the rate of change of angular momentum of a body is equal to the external torque applied on it and take place in the direction of torque. Clear? So according to second law of rotational motion, the rate of angular momentum of a body is equal to external torque applied on it and take place in the direction of torque. Clear? Thus tau equal to this one, dl upon dt. So this is the rate of change of angular momentum. Clear? Where L equal to I omega, so d upon dt, so put here L I omega, so it becomes tau equal to I d omega upon dt, and we know d omega upon dt is angular acceleration, so I alpha, where I is the moment of inertia and alpha is the angular acceleration, so alpha is equal to d omega upon dt. We already learned. So total effect of a torque applied on a rotating body in a given time is called angular impulse. So angular impulse is equal to total change in angular momentum of the system in given time. Thus angular impulse we can written mathematically J equal to integration 0 to delta t tau dt is equal to delta L is equal to LF minus LI, where LF is final and Li is the initial momentum. Clear? The angular momentum of a system of a particles about the origin L equal to can be written in this form here, Ri cross Pi. This is for the system of particles. Clear? This is for system of particles. Next is law of conservation of angular momentum. So according to law of conservation of angular momentum, if no external torque is acting on a system, then total vector sum of angular momentum of different particles of the system remains constant. So we know that dl upon dt is equal to tau external. Clear? dl upon dt is equal to tau external. Hence, if tau external is equal to 0, then dl upon dt is equal to 0, or we can say L equal to constant. This one. Therefore, in the absence of any external torque, total angular momentum of a system must remain conserved. Clear? Comparison of linear and rotational motion. So this is for linear motion and this is for rotational motion. First, linear momentum P is equal to mass into velocity. Clear? And angular momentum L equal to I omega. Clear? This is the angular momentum. So L equal to under root 2I E. And second is force F equal to ma, where A is the acceleration, and in torque tau t equal to I alpha. Clear? This is not t, this is tau. This is tau. Clear? Tau equal to I alpha. And translational kinetic energy Kt is equal to half mv square, and rotational energy Kr is equal to half I omega square. Clear? Tau equal to I alpha, this one. Clear? Equilibrium of rigid bodies. Equilibrium of the rigid bodies. For mechanical equilibrium of a rigid body, two conditions need to be satisfied. First is translational equilibrium. Second is rotational equilibrium. In translational equilibrium, a rigid body is said to be in translational equilibrium if it remains at rest or moving with a constant velocity in a particular direction. For this, net external force or the vector sum of the all external forces acting on the body must be zero. So we can written F equal to 0 or F equal to summation Fi, which is equal to 0. This which. Clear? Second is rotational equilibrium. So a rigid body is said to be rotational equilibrium if the body does not rotate or rotates with constant angular velocity. For this, the net external torque or the vector sum of all the torques acting on the body is 0. So for body to be in rotational equilibrium, tau external equal to 0, it means dl upon dt is equal to 0, or we can say summation tau I equal to 0. Clear? So this is equilibrium of rigid body concept. Next is rigid body rotation. First, spinning. When the body rotates in such a manner that its axis of rotation does not move, then its motion is called spinning motion. Clear? Means the body rotates in such manner that its axis of rotation does not move, then we called it is spinning motion. In spinning, rotational kinetic energy is Kr equal to half I omega square, this one. And rotational kinetic energy is a scalar quantity having SI unit joule, and rotational kinetic energy is related to angular momentum as per relation. Kr is equal to L square divided by 2I, or we can say L equal to under root 2I Kr, this one. Clear? Next is pure rolling motion. So let a rigid body having symmetry surface about its center of mass is being spinned at a certain angular speed and placed on a surface so that plane of rotation is a perpendicular to the surface. If body is simultaneously given a translational motion too, then the net motion is called rolling motion. This suppose this is a rigid body, and when this body rotate with angular velocity omega, and we in that situation we call this motion is rolling motion. Clear? The total kinetic energy in rolling motion Kn is equal to Kr plus Kt, this one. Kn equal to Kr plus Kt, where Kr is half mv square and Kt is half I omega square. So calculating this term, you will be get half mv square plus half mv square k square by r square. So Kn is equal to half mv square 1 plus k square divided by r square. Clear? So this is the kinetic energy. Clear? Next is rolling without slipping. If the given body rolls over a surface such that there is no relative motion between the body and the surface at the point of contact, then the motion is called rolling without slipping. So suppose this body is moved without any slipping, clear, and with velocity v. In that case, we can say this motion is called rolling without slipping. Next is impure rolling motion. In impure rolling motion, the point of contact of body with plate platform is not relative at rest with respect to platform on which it is performing rolling motion. As a result, sliding occurs at a point of contact. For impure rolling motion, VAB does not equal to 0, V minus R omega does not is equal to V naught. If platform is stationary, V naught equal to 0, then V does not equal to R omega. Clear? So this is the impure rolling motion. In this diagram, suppose there are two cases when this object is moving and this in rest. When this is moving and this is in rest. Clear? Second is rolling on an inclined plane. Rolling on an inclined plane. When a body of mass m and radius r rolls down on inclined plane of rigid height h and angle of inclination theta, it loses potential energy. However, it acquires both linear and angular speeds and hence kinetic gain energy of translation and of that rotation by conservation of mechanical energy. Mgh is equal to half mv square multiply by 1 plus k square by r square. This one. And velocity at the lowest point v equal to under root 2 gh divided by 1 plus k square by r square. And acceleration in a motion from second equation of motion, this one v square equal to u square plus 2as. So by substituting u equal to 0, s becomes h by sine theta and v equal to under root 2 gh divided by 1 plus k square by r square. Clear? Suppose this is an inclined plane, this one is inclined plane, and this body mass m rotates with some velocity, and this inclined plane making angle theta with horizontal axis. Clear? So a equal to g sine theta divided by 1 plus k square by r square. This is the acceleration. And time of descent from the first equation of motion v equal to u plus at by substituting u equal to 0 and value of v and a from above equation t equal to 1 upon sine theta under root 2h divided by g multiply by 1 plus k square by r square. From the above expression, it is clear that v is directly proportional to 1 divided by under root 1 plus k square divided by r square. Clear? This is from the above equation. And acceleration a is directly proportional to 1 upon 1 plus k square by r square, and time is directly proportional to under root 1 plus k square by r square. Clear? So this is the relation. This is for velocity, this is for acceleration, and this is for time. Clear? Rolling on an inclined plane. Clear? Next is important terms related to inclined plane. Here factor k square by r square is a measure of moment of inertia of a body, and its value is constant for a given shape of body and it does not depend on the mass and radius of a body. Clear? Second is velocity, acceleration and time of descent for a given inclined plane all depends on k square by r square. Lesser the moment of inertia of the rigid body, lesser will be the value of k square by r square. So greater will be its velocity and acceleration, lesser will be the time of descent. Clear? So this is the relation between the velocity, acceleration and the time of descent. Clear? Next is rotation about axis through center of mass, or we can say centroidal rotation. When an object of given mass is tied to a light string bound over a pulley whose moment of inertia is I and radius r, as shown in this figure, this one, a body of mass m is weight acting vertically downward at tension is T, which is accelerating in downward direction. The wheel bearing is frictionless and the string does not slip on the rim. Then tension is equal to I divided by I plus mr square multiplied by mg, and A acceleration is equal to mr square multiplied by g divided by I plus mr square. Clear? Next is summary. So in today's lecture we learned first is concept of rotational motion. Objects move around an axis with angular parameters. Second is equation of rotational motion, relationship between angular displacement, velocity and acceleration. Third is moment of force or torque. Clear? The effect of a force applied at distance from an axis. Next, angular momentum, product of moment of inertia and angular velocity. Third, equilibrium of rigid bodies, balanced forces and torque result in no motion. Then rigid of body rotation, all points rotate at same angular speed about an axis. Then we learned pure rolling motion, rolling without slipping and maintaining surface contact. Next, rolling without slipping, synchronized translational and rotational motion. Then impure rolling motion, rolling that includes slipping. Clear? So these are the important terms. Next, important terms related to inclined plane, concept like normal force and angles. And rotation about axis through center of mass, rotation centered on the centroid of the object. So these are the important concept which we learned or discussed in the today's lecture. Clear? From concept of rotational motion to rotation about axis through the center of mass.